What a pleasant day, and I'm going to say welcome to Meet the Expert. My name is Yanda Scott Johnson, and the expert we have here today is Mr. Octavius Quarbo. He's a researcher. He has had 7 years experience in public sector governance, and he's a researcher of economy. He's a researcher of political economy. And you know, we'll be discussing the Quarbo, that cliche, that word that has now become a common language in Liberia. Everybody saying Quarbo agenda. Even the boy that's selling his slippers on the road, he will say, I'm selling my Quarbo slippers. Even the woman at the Napa Pito, she will say, oh, my food, I Quarbo food. So the word Quarbo now, or the phrase, has become a normal cliche in Liberia. And we all know that phrase was introduced by our president, His Excellency George Manuel. Is it being misinterpreted? Is it being misconstrued? This is all we're going to be discussing today on Meet the Expert. And our expert to help us break this Quarbo and gender phrase down is Mr. Octavius Quarbo. Mr. Octavius Quarbo, welcome to Meet the Expert.
Thank you so much. The pleasure is mine.
I know you are the Quarbo expert.
Well, initially I almost declined the invitation because I was told that this show is for experts. You know, I have some research background, as you've said, you know, and I have my graduate thesis was on it's centered around poverty, inequality, and economic growth. So that's where Quarbo came from. And like some of the lines in the article, you know, were picked up from my graduate research thesis.
Okay. And that article is a good article. I must say congratulations. I read the article. A matter of fact, Octavia has an article on the Bush Chicken website. He wrote a very lengthy, but I mean, sumption. If you read it as a reader, you know, you're a consumer, you wouldn't feel that it's that long because it has everything that you want to know about Quarbo. So, as you said, what prompted that article? What really made you to want to research a very good article?
Thank you so much. And again, let me give due recognition to 2 persons who commented on the article before it got published. My former professor and research supervisor when I was in the UK doing my master's, Dr. Lucio Esposito. He's an associate professor in development economics. He also sent me his comments. And I also work with the Tony Blair Institute for Global Change. They have some advisors here in Liberia. I partner with one of them. He's Jonathan Said. Jonathan is the head of private sector development for Tony Blair Institute. Those were 2 persons who gave me their comments, coupled with my partners from the research institute that we are establishing. So to the point of what prompted the Quarbo, writing of the Quarbo article, after the president was elected, he was the president-elect at the time, in late December. In his acceptance speech, you know, he has said that he's going to govern based on Quarbo policies. And then a month later, during the inauguration, he emphasized that. So that was late January like the 22nd. Yeah, and then during the State of the Nation address on the 29th again, he talked about that. So I said, well, Quarbo governance, you know, Quarbo agenda, Quarbo proof, you know, those are all phrases associated with the Quarbo, you know, Quarbo Liberia. So I said, well, I think I try to follow the radio station, the media, social media, the traditional media, the print and electronic, and I feel like, well, people were trying to give some interpretation to Quarbo.
Definitely, that's several interpretations.
Yeah, several interpretations.
All over the place.
Several interpretations. So having worked on my thesis, you know, working in international development, working around poverty issues, I said, well, I think I have to throw some context on what Quarbo actually means. So it took me all February to write an article.
Wow,
yeah,
a
you know, a whole month I took. And then, but of course, I was doing other private consultancies. So you know, I would take 1 or 2 days at my leisure time and go for it. Yeah, and that's how I decided to write the article.
That's a good article again.
Yeah, thank you.
So according to the article, you broke Quarbo down, you gave the literary meaning of Quarbo. Will you just, maybe other people out there now have the opportunity to read the article, will you just, you know, explain what Quarbo is for our viewers?
Thank you so much, Ms. Johnson.
Yeah.
Thank you So there are two words there. There's the prefix pro, and there's the base word pro. So pro literally means for, in favor, and then pro, represents the lower class people who are struggling, people who are not at the level they should be. So pro means anything, any policy, any idea, any agenda, any development initiative that will favor the poor. So any action that the government carries out that is in the favor of the poor, that will favor the poor, that will benefit the poor, that's a pro action. So basically that's what pro means. These actions instituted by the government that will benefit.
So what pro or the phrase pro is simply for
the
poor. For poor.
Yeah, in favor of the poor.
Yeah, but do you see, I know you are a political economist, I will say again, do you see that being achieved?
Okay.
Is there a light beyond the tunnel?
Sure. So that's why you see, first of all, to talk, there are poor people everywhere. For those of us who aspire to serve international development, we know that there's poor people everywhere. Even in the developed countries, in the US, in the UK, they have people destitute, homeless people.
Those are
begging. Those are poor people, right? So in our Liberian context, I feel like, well, what is our poverty level? What kind of system do we have to? What are those things that we can do to transition, to move people from their current level of poverty to another level? So those were issues I tried to put together, and then if you look at the structure of our state, we kind of look like an agrarian economy. It's an agriculture-based economy. So if we want to improve the lives of the poor people, many of whom work in agriculture, then we have to take those steps that will revolutionize agriculture. We have to take those steps that will transition agriculture from the current state of subsistence to commercialization and mechanization. So with all of the things we can do like rural education, health, those are social development initiatives that can make people to be sustainable and be able to move themselves out of poverty. But in terms of empowering them, in terms of giving them wage, in terms of making them competitive in the economy, we have to use agriculture as the driving force, because that's where we're from.
Definitely, the agriculture is not just where more people are, but it's what we need as a country to be able to move, economic force.
Certainly.
But we just, a little bit of talking, some of the topics to talk about in the article.
Okay, so in the article, first of all, I started off by saying what pro-proof is. Because, we live in an economy, every day we have economic activities. So our status in society, from the point of development, is measured by our income. How much we get, that enable us to spend. Our ability to earn and spend is what determines the level we are in society. So in the article, first of all, I tried to say, well, taxation, right? If you have an unequal society where you have the richer and you have the poorer, through issue of taxation, through charity, through welfare programs, right, the government can try to redistribute some of the resources, because those who are earning higher will pay higher in a progressive system, and those who are earning lower will pay lower. So, but that's not sustainable, right? So I said, well, one thing to do is to make sure that we empower our people through agriculture. If you just wait on taxation, you wait on charity, they're not going to be empowered, and that's not even sustainable.
Our society is not.
It's not.
It's not grown to that level.
It's not. So, like teaching the person how to fish, instead of giving them fish, empowering them to work in agriculture. Most of them are farmers, so if they are producing at a low scale, how can we improve their production level so that they can be able to add value to their produce, and they can be able to export them, so that there can be additional income coming into them, and agriculture, for example, like I said, is key to Liberia, because most of our consumption, we have the staple of rice, this is our staple food, right, and then we have cassava, but we import in millions of dollars of rice. We spend a lot of money on importation of rice. So if you look at the Liberian economy, if there's a $10 added to the economy at the end of every year, a significant portion of that $10 goes to the business people, to the importation, and not necessarily to the ordinary Liberians, to the poor people. So if we empower the poor people to grow more food, we give them the skills and the capital, the finances they need, provide the infrastructure, the technical know-how, we empower our agriculture system so that our extension workers can be able to reached to the farmers and gave them technology and gave them, all of those things that they need, then our people will be empowered and then they will be able to compete with the foreign business people in Nigeria. So that if there's a $20 added to the economy at the end of the year, 10 or more of that $20 can come to the Nigerian people and improve their earning conditions for the competition.
Definitely. But let me look at our expectation as Liberians. We have a very high expectation. Liberians feel that one day the market will be made, the market one will fly and everything will change. And as a young man, sorry to say, I'm not trying to downplay you, but as a young man,
the context is understood.
Do you really, how can you help if we were asked to be able to manage our expectation? I mean, our Liberian
Sure.
It comes to the Quarbo agenda.
Yes. So again, because Quarbo is favoring the poor, benefiting the poor. So economically speaking, we have a limited fiscal space. Our budget is not large enough. As it stands now, we spend around 300 to 400 million on current costs. That's salary, that's goods and services, scratch cards, travels and stuff, So even though I have worked in government at a junior cabinet level before, my proposal is, this is the time now for us to try to stabilize the current costs. We don't want to increase the amount that we spend on salaries, on gas slaves, on scratch cards. Then, because if you look at the budget for this year, this fiscal year that is ending, we use around 300 or so million on current costs. And just 50 million or so goes to public sector investment. Elections was part of that, and then few projects. So we haven't been able to do a lot of investment in activities that will empower the people. We need roads, we need bridges, we need irrigation systems, we need mechanization, we need the equipment and tool, the know-how to be able to improve our agricultural sector. So, but with that limited fiscal space, there's not much we can do because the budget is around 500 million. So if you take 300 million already on salary and services, you don't have much there. So my proposal to this new government is that put a ceiling on salaries, goods and services. And then whatever new resources you get, make sure it goes into public sector investment. That is fixing the roads, that is helping the people to be empowered in agriculture, and that is providing those basic social services for them.
Another interpretation I heard from somewhere in the corridors about Quarbo is that, Quarbo is making a lot of young people on board. So the president is appointing a lot of young people, is meeting his Quarbo agenda. Is that another way of the Quarbo by bringing young people, whether qualify or not qualify, the fact that they are young, just throw them somewhere? Is that how the Quarbo works? Because you have to empower the Quarbo.
Yeah. On the average, the Liberian household is about 4.26, meaning, typical Liberian house, you have at least 4 to 5 persons there as dependents, as family members, right? So if you employ one person and you have a large extended family, you got your own family, but you have your parents and siblings to take care of. So if you employ one person, of course, they will extend him to 1 or 2 persons. One of the key points I made in the article was that all the last 12 years, because part of the money was going to salaries, goods and services, so in most instances, those people who were at the higher level, who were getting the big salaries, their families were not based home, so there will be remittances, right? Even though we couldn't catch the actual numbers to say this is the amount that went, but if you look at the overall statistics, it's in the tune of, according to Capital Flight report, it's in the tune of 900 or so million on the average. Yeah, so that's huge, but it covers a whole lot of things. So there's people who take pay, there's people who are foreign business people, but when they raise their profits, they send some of them to, that foreign, to other countries where they have their base. So if you employ, local Liberian technicians, yes, that's going to filter down to the economy, but that's not the only way. That's not the sustainable way.
That's not the only way.
And that's not the sustainable way. They are emphasized that.
Definitely. So we'll continue this discussion. We'll come right back, but we'll take a very quick break. And after that break, we're going to delve deeper in our Quarbo topic.
Sure.
So just stay tuned, keep viewing. We'll take a very quick break.
Dominion Christian Fellowship Center, Asa Winger Global Ministry, Claratown Branch. Dominion, a true Bible believing church, where we speak nothing but the truth.
I know you are lying. God has another plan for your life.
At the Dominion Christian Fellowship Center, we show you the way to true salvation, deliverance, and miracle.
If they are not concerned about improving your life, moving your life to the next level, but rather for you to be used under that roof as an instrument of destruction, they're not happy.
You can find part of our divine worship service or hour of encounter every Sunday with your humble servant, Reverend Clarence T. P.
My present help in times of trouble. I'm gonna praise you. I'm gonna lift your name. I'm gonna bless you.
Just joining us, you're watching Meet the Expert, and we are discussing the phrase pro agenda. And my expert today in studio is Mr. Octavius Quarbo. He wrote a very brilliant article. He's a researcher and a political economist, and he has done several researches, and he has spent 7 years of experience in doing political economic work. And we'll be discussing the pro agenda. It's not the pro agenda as our president said, but the pro agenda in its context as pro agenda. And before we were discussing, we're talking about the expectation
of
yeah, especially young people.
Yeah.
How do we manage?
Sure. So again, we have to be, once we can put it in context. That article tried to say this is the space we have. We don't have so much money as a country, as a government, So with 500 billion, there's not much we can do. However, and because of our current debt to GDP ratio, we can't borrow a lot of money again. So whatever little amount we can do, is going to take over the next 3 to 5 years. So if you have a medium-term plan, for example, that targets agriculture, you can be able to make sure that you can increase production, local production of rice, for example, cassava, livestock, fisheries, even the cash crops, the cocoa and the rubber. And along the value chains, once you try to add value to those raw products, to those produce that come from the farm, you will be able to have products that will be export ready. And then you create jobs in marketing, in distribution, in warehousing, in processing, even in transportation. Because the roads will be pliable now, somebody can take the contract to transport the goods from the farm to the nearest storage facility, and then somebody is there to store it and keep it ready to go to this central location for value addition and export. So that's how, according to an analysis that I referenced in the article, there's a potential for 600,000 jobs for the next 12 years. Yeah, the Tony Blair Institute for Global Change made that analysis to say, if you actually invest what you need to invest, you establish an agricultural development bank or a rate sharing facility, because one of the challenges the farmers face now is they don't have access to finance. Definitely. So they can't,
especially female
farmers. That's the general side of it, but they can't expand because commercial banks have problem crediting them because of the risks associated with agricultural production. So once government can put some money into it, the interest rate will reduce. Yeah,
put some money into it, like giving them micro loans.
Macro loans can work, but establishing an agricultural development bank, or to even the commercial banks, once there's this risk sharing mechanism, the money is there, banks will lend to farmers, but the rates will be reduced, the interest rate will be afforded and reasonable.
But let me play the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
The bank do give money out, but the banks are afraid that most of the time we give that money out, people don't
repay. Yeah. That's the thing, especially with agriculture, because there's seasonality, right? There's rainy season, there's dry season. There's also uncertainty. Sometimes you go to produce and the crops, maybe there's some kind of outbreak and everything together, just kind of infestation and stuff like that, right? So that's why there's the high risk. So if you have a specialized bank that is involved in research, the bank will also know what the risks are. So, that's a full-fledged agricultural development thing that we learn at a very minimum. Then eventually agriculture as the sector lead will be able to provide the technology, the expertise through their extension workers to the farmers, and then production will improve, and the value chains can be developed.
So one more thing, how do we fit our brothers and sisters that are on Merkley streets, between the mills, and between the latches, between the hair, and everything? How do we fit them in this Quarbo agenda? Because they're not going to be appointed. They don't fit in the working government.
Sure. So those are the people that 600,000. Those are the people that 600,000 jobs can target. Because again, the 600,000 jobs, all of them will not be farmers. There will be people who work along the value chain. So the value chain, like I said, some of them can be transporters. Once the roads are there, once they are empowered, they can join and own a vehicle, they can own motorbikes, that can transport the produce from one place to another. Some of them can be marketers, some of them can be distributors, some of them can work in warehousing and processing, when there's factories to add the little value to the produce, some of them can even work there. So those are the people that the 600,000 job actually targets beyond the farmers. So once the government can take that whole step to revolutionize agriculture by making sure that serious monetary and financial investment is made into the sector.
Where do we get it from?
I made some policy proposals in the article. I said, well, at 392 million now, if the president has announced that he's going to do cut in his salaries and benefits by 25%. The House of Representatives is said to be considering the same. I heard about the LPRC and the NTA people. So as a matter of policy statement, this government now can say, well, we're going to reduce the amount that goes to gasoline, that goes to scratch car, for example, and it's just goods and services. I know salary is a bit difficult because it's not easy to reduce people's salary, right? But in terms of the goods and services, the amenities that they get, it can be reduced.
Why should it be easy to reduce?
No, in government it can work well because you especially your appointed officers, you as a president can say I will pay you from today. Assistant minister will take this amount, so it's a bit flexible, right? In government, but economically speaking, it's not. It's a bit rigid when it comes to reducing salary, on a normal condition. But in government, like I said, as a matter of policy statement, it can work. So once you reduce the current cost by 25%, at the current budget numbers, you're going to save around 98 billion. So in our article, I said that 98 billion can go towards the initial capitalization of agricultural lending, whether it's the commercial, whether it's the agricultural development bank or it's the risk sharing mechanism. But that amount, maybe 15 billion also, can be set aside. The other ones can go towards education. There are two things I emphasize also. To give young people skills, you need TVET. You need to make sure they have the technical and vocational skills. Also, on the long term, you need STEM. STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math. Because that's where you're going to have work other people, and innovation is going to grow, and it's going to prosper in the country. So that's where our people, our brothers and sisters who are into these, temporary ventures that are not sustainable. That's where they can be captured as part of the 600,000 potential jobs, provided investment is paid.
So have you shared your article with you? Just published on Bush Chicken, the article policy makers.
Yeah.
I mean, people out there that have not read the article policy makers, decision makers need to read this article and see the kind of proposals, the kind of the kind of layout, the kind of way you structure the Quarbo agenda. And also, if they can just read the article and follow the way the article is being laid out, I think there will be some changes. So have you shared?
I have tried to, thanks to Jeff Kura, he's the publisher of Bush Chicken. He was the first publisher that responded, so he published it. I also did from British Africa, Leonard Dudu and Rodney, they did the publication a few days later. And then on my LinkedIn page, I also published it. But on social media, right, I share the link from Bush Chicken on social media. Some of those people who are closest to policy makers, decision makers in the government, they are friends with me on Facebook. And also in some of those Liberian political chat rooms, I try to share it. But again, our readership is not very large. Liberian people are not very, well, they will say the man even has experience working in government before, But from the research perspective, if you do all of this study, that's where it's going to be. Agriculture is the way forward. So we have to make that investment. And when the 3 to 5 years, things will start to and we'll compete with the foreign merchants who are relying on importation. We will grow our food here, we will add value to our products.
Definitely, we invest in agriculture and follow the layout of the Quarbo, Quarbo in the real sense of Quarbo.
In the sense of investing in the people.
Yeah, investing in the people in the sense of not just the normal.
Yeah.
Because we've heard a lot of cliches around here.
Sure.
And nothing came out of it. But Quarbo in the sense of the
investing in the
Quarbo
people.
definitely will know how things will turn out in the next 12 years.
Sure.
Yeah. But we have some time now. We're winding down slowly.
I know.
Is there anything we did not talk about that you really want the viewers to know about?
Okay, thank you. So the first thing, poverty now in Liberia has been put at 54.1%. Yes, that's according to the latest household income and expenditure survey. Again, getting data for Liberia is difficult, especially for us who work in development. So, but that data also comes with limitation because the data was being collected when the Ebola struck, and so the rest of the year they didn't cover it. They had it in 2016. So we're waiting for the results from that one. But for now, even the World Bank is referencing that particular data. So it says we are at 54.1%. It also says that in 2007 there was an estimate, even though they used different measures, that we're at 63.8%. So if you just want to use that as a base, you know that poverty has been reduced over the last 20 years, even if the pace has not been as fast as we expected. So this government now, as a pro-poor government, as a government for the people, as a grassroots government, has to put a lot of investment in the people as compared to investing in goods and services that don't directly impact.
Yeah, but goods and services are also needed.
No, they are. That's why I'm saying, you're just going to make sure you put a tap to it. You're not going to keep adding the amount you spend on goods and services.
So if you see $50,
you can keep it at that, or even if you do the 25% cut that they are all proposing, if it works, then you still save some money from the current $50 you spend on goods and services. But in any case, it shouldn't go beyond $50. The economy is expected to grow by 5.6% for the next 5 years, according to the IMF. So there's going to be additional year. So if you get that kind of resources, you can make sure that in your budget, you always increase capital investment, the money that goes to building roads, bridges, investing in agriculture, school, education, health, and creating finances or access to finance.
Definitely. Definitely, it's a good topic. I wish we had a lot of time, we have more time to go deeper and deeper, but definitely I'm surely going to bring you back here for us to be able to discuss this at another level.
It will always be my pleasure.
Yeah, but viewers, this is how we come to the end of today's edition of Media Expert. And the expert in studio today has been Mr. Octavius Quarbo. He's a researcher. He has worked in government and he's a political economist. And he has given us a very brilliant analysis of how the pro-poor can work in the true sense of pro-poor. And as I promise you, I'm definitely going to bring it back here one of these days, and on another edition will dissect his article and see how best we can be able to relate that to our pro-poor agenda as a country. Thank you for viewing us. I've been your presenter, Seattle Scott Johnson, and my guest has been, or my expert has been Mr. Octavius Quarbo. Thank you for viewing us, and next time you can catch us on the same time at the same channel on Light TV, and you can follow us on our Facebook and our Twitter page, our Facebook and YouTube page, not Twitter. Twitter is writing. So our Facebook and YouTube page, and you'll be able to follow us there. Thank you for viewing and bye-bye for now.
Thank you.